In this video, I'm going to cover gathering training images from your actual DEXI camera so that we can feed that into YOLO model. I have a flow here. It's very easy to create. You can just create a new tab and then we'll go down to the ROS2 subscribe node, drag that out, and then what you'll want to do is select the Cam0 image raw compressed 2 hertz topic. So this is currently a throttled topic that's getting image frames from the camera and sending them at 2 hertz, 2 frames a second, just because YOLO on the CM4, we have to optimize that. So what I'm actually doing is running it through a delay with a rate limit. And so that means I'm going at 1 message per second and I'm dropping intermediate messages. So the reason I'm doing that is because as we're holding DEXI and gathering the training images, we obviously want to give it a bit of time as we move the drone to gather those images. And then after that, I have the save photo and leave the width at 320. We want to train at 320. That's actually the same width that the camera is publishing frames at. So 320, and then obviously give it a file name of whatever object you're gathering the data from. So in my case, in this example, I'm doing car, and then we'll click auto save images. And what that will do is it will allow the camera frame to save those images to our desktop. You'll get prompted, and I'll show that here in a minute. And we'll get a preview down here so it's helpful to see what you're actually shooting or gathering images of. So I have my laptop nearby as I gather the data. I now have my DEXI powered up, clicked auto save messages, done. You'll see that images are now being saved to my desktop. We'll click allow. That will allow us to save more than one image. If there are multiple, it'll give us that prompt. And now I'll just move on with the training. So the goal here is to capture, I'd say, images at various rotations. Obviously, that's the reason we're doing this, is because YOLO is not rotation invariant. So we need to make sure we get them from all different angles. So I'm walking around kind of the bridge scenario, lifting up at a higher altitude, doing my best to keep the object in frame. Obviously, if it's not in frame, we'll just delete it and use the rest of the images for training. So I'll continue to do this, go around at 3 different heights to sort of simulate what DEXI will see in the real world while we're flying over the bridge. I focus on gathering about 75 to 100 images, and when you're done, make sure you uncheck auto save images and press done. Now check your downloads folder. You'll see where the images have been saved. I normally just go through and delete some of these bogus ones until I see a good image. So you'll notice here the car, and then we'll just sort of go through and make sure they all look pretty good. If some are blurry, you can still train on that, because that would actually be fairly similar to a real world scenario where DEXI is moving and there's a bit of blur. So you can see these are all pretty good. If it's blurry and cropped a little bit, I just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then, yeah, I've done a miserable job here of keeping this in frame. So I'm going to delete all of these. Okay, we'll keep that. And so everything looks pretty good. We'll move this into our training folder, and in an upcoming video, we'll discuss labeling these images and then actually running training so that we can test this when we deploy the model to our DEXI.